Okay, somebody just put a comment on one of my videos, and he just underlines the incredible amount of ignorance, not to mention hatred, that comes from these non-white groups. She wrote, "Remember the Central Park case? How many black boys will have to be lynched for this white privileged woman? Right? How many black boys will have to be lynched for this white privileged woman?" I mean, you can smell the hatred coming off of this woman by her name of Alberta Vila. You can, like the hatred and the racism is palpable. Now, let me say this about the Central Park Five, the so-called Central Park Five, that were tried and found guilty, and I think they are guilty for the assault and rape and leaving a white woman to die in Central Park. It was back in the early 90s. If you follow the trial, do you know what their alibi was? You know what their alibi was? Their alibi was, listen to this, they were assaulting, beating, and robbing white people on the other side of the park. That was their alibi. They were assaulting, beating, and robbing white people on the other side of the park. In other words, they weren't guilty of this crime, they were guilty of that crime. Uh, Now, wrap your brain around that one. And they celebrate this five thugs, this wolf pack, this devils, like they were heroes, like they want to name a high school, they want to name an airport, they want to name a highway after the Central Park Five. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? And this is the thing about them. It's almost like every time they try to defend what they did, they just dig themselves a grave even deeper than they already are in. It's like the lacrosse, the Duke lacrosse case where you had this black female who was a whore, a prostitute, a crackhead, who accused those white students of raping her, right? And then you had all these blacks chimping out. All these blacks were chimping out. A white man raping a black woman, and then they found out that she was like a complete liar, right? They found out she was like and then of course, let's not forget the Tawana Brawley case. Remember that one? And by the way, Tawana Brawley still paying, what's his name, the prosecutor uh, who was accused of raping her, Pazano, I believe his name. I'm trying to remember what his name was. Pagano was a prosecutor in Westchester County or something like that. And you had the Tawana Brawley case. Remember that one where shot, ripped a black woman. And then they found out, of course, that she lied. She's a liar, stupid, ignorant, illiterate, just like the people that were supporting her, marching up and down Fifth Avenue. No justice, no P. No justice, no P. Can't even speak English right. I mean, not only they can't write for nothing, they cannot even speak English, right? They can speak this abomination called Ebonics, and they write in Ebonics, which is abominable in itself. Anyway, so it's kind of like every time they try to defend themselves, kind of like they expose themselves. And now with social media, God bless social media, God bless YouTube, God bless Facebook, God bless Twitter. And now with social media, they expose themselves for what they really are. And the whole world knows it. During the 60s, they used to chant, the whole world is watching. The whole world is watching. Remember that one? The whole world is watching thing? Well, guess what? The whole world is watching, and it's watching you.